Sit. Good boy. You want your chicken foot? Shake. Shake. Good boy. The other one. The other one. Shake. Good. Shake. Sit. Hello everybody, Acre Love Homestead here. I'm going to actually be cleaning out the rabbits today. We're going to be moving the stuff to the gardens, putting some stuff in the compost bin, and I hope y'all stick around and, kind of see what we do around here. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome. So today I need to, first off I got to feed everybody, because if not, everybody gets in a really bad mood. So I need to clean out all of this stuff. Need to clean out all the rabbits again. It's time for a cleaning. Get everybody kind of situated. We are going into winter, even though it doesn't feel like it. I live in Texas, so we're still in the 90s. I'm unsure as to why, but we are still up in the 90s, and that's very hot still. People say, "Oh, the 90s is a cold front." No, not in Texas. It's not. So I need to start preparing a little bit more for winter. What I need to do is I need to close off, I'm probably blocking y'all. So I need to close off the two ends here with some of the bags that, like the feed bags that we get. Usually I'll staple them in and just kind of, keep the wind from blowing too much this way. Probably we'll put one in the front. That way, because they're they're kind of this way. So, and this is a big opening right here. So I need the wind to be blocked, in every way that I can. On the rabbits here, I thought about getting like a big tarp and just kind of draping it over, because it'll cover the sides and everything. So that's what I'm gonna do with the rabbits. This rabbit and these rabbits here. The ones on the bottom, not quite sure yet. That's gonna all depend on these guys that are down in the bottom on this side. I don't know if y'all can see that. So these guys here are freezer bound. These down here are freezer bound also. So they're freezer bound rabbits. So that would just leave me with, well, typically I won't have to do anything with those two cages, because they're going to be going to freezer camp. So I would just have to really worry about these guys here. But these guys, I can always split this cage in half and I can move them over here, and I guess I just solved my own problem. So just had to think about it for a second. But yeah, we are going to be cleaning out, just kind of getting a little bit ready. I don't want to be doing this stuff in November, or in November at any time, because we do get kind of cold here. So it's all going to depend on what our weather actually does. I'm really hoping that we get a good, nice freeze. I would like that. That just way you can get rid of the mosquitoes and the ants and, stuff like that. This year I've had a really bad problem with ants and mosquitoes. I'm trying to cover this car up here. Need to buy a new cover for that. So I'm going to, I need to go find the cart and bring the cart over here, and I don't know where my big shovel went. I already got my rake, but I need my big shovel. Okay, or not. Are you trying to go in here? Come on. You going in, or are you staying out? Good boy. He likes to be put in the back house. So I got my rake, but I don't see my great big shovel. I wonder if it's over there by the garden. It would have to be by the garden. Now I may not get all of this done today, so unfortunately I still get to where I cannot breathe. So I went to the hospital last Wednesday. I've been sick for about 3 or 4 weeks. And I finally went to the hospital because I just couldn't breathe. And it really felt like I was having a heart attack. I had like a lot of pressure in my chest and I had really bad back pain. So I finally told my husband, I was like, listen, I called my doctor and the doctor's like, yeah, you probably just need to go to the hospital, you know, so they can do an x-ray right on spot. So I did that. So the end result of that was that I have inflation around my lungs. I guess from where I was sick. I don't see that big shovel here, so I might need to get this one. So I have inflation around my lungs. And I guess that's from whenever I had the sickness that I had. Because typically I never really went to the doctor to see what it was, because I did my home test and my home COVID flu test, and they both came back negative. So I still, to this day, don't really know what exactly I had got sick with. I just know that, you know, it's causing some issues. So that's why, if anybody ever wonders, well, she don't post videos that often. Well, here lately, I really haven't been able to, because whenever I get out in the heat, it acts up. That inflation around my lungs, well, they say it expands. And when I breathe, that inflation pretty much touches my rib cage, and it makes it to where it's hard to breathe. And whenever it's humid outside, it makes it worse. So I try to be inside, not doing too much, kind of sitting around. I did have to take 3 days off from work, so I could. Sorry, I just dropped y'all. Anyways, I had to take 3 days off from work, just so I can kind of rest and, you know, stuff like that. But as everybody knows, when you own a farm, or you're running a homestead, or you're running, you know, typically your own business, or, you know, something like that, you don't really get that rest. So I slowly, you know, I've been trying to go to bed a little bit earlier, you know, stuff like that. Just kind of trying to take it easy. I'll come out and feed in the mornings, early in the mornings, and then way later in the afternoon. Because right now that sun is coming out, and I can already feel pressure because it's getting hot. So I may not get all of this done today, but we will get part of it done today. As soon as I find my cart. Oh, there it is. It's on the lawnmower. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on with me. If anybody was wondering, I still do stuff. It just takes me a little bit longer because I get out of breath or whatnot. I don't know why you chickens are over here throwing a fit. They were over here throwing a fit earlier. Who knows? Oh, look, an egg that I forgot out here days ago. Let's throw that. Like, I need to come out here and check my bees. Let's look at the bees right quick. I need to come out here and I need to check on the bees, just to make sure there's no swarm cells happening, etc. They are in and out today, I tell you that. Still early, so everybody's getting their flight pattern. Oh, I just seen one going with pollen, 2 going with pollen. If they're going in with pollen, that tells me that they're doing good. But I do need to check that top box, and I do need to prep them for winter too. Usually I'll put a feed bag wrapped around, and I'll staple it to it, and that kind of keeps that wind off of the inside. Man, there's a bunch of them going in there. That hive is doing really well. I'm really grateful for that hive. Earlier, a couple months back, probably about a month or 2 back, I did pull honey from them. I only pulled one, but that was only because they were making their comb really weird on the bottom. So I needed to pull it before it kind of just sat on top of the queen excluder. And I did pull one thing of honey. They should make it through the winter. They should have plenty. Today, I'm going to check that top box, and then I'm going to try to pull off the top box and check the bottom box for any swarm cells where the queen is, and stuff like that. So, and that's another thing I haven't been able to do either, is check that because of the heat, because the suit gets so hot. But it's all right. We'll figure it out. Rocky, what are you doing? Move, Rocky, you're going to get ran over, goofball. I don't know where my big, oh, there's my big shovel. Yay, let's stop and get this big shovel here. Juniper's probably over there. Turn you around, trying to get into the chicken feed, like always. got the girls some round bales. I got a really great deal on round bales. So I got 3 of them for $150 with delivery. And that should last me all the way up until spring, I hope. Because I only have the 4. Unless if I find my mail that I'm looking for. Set y'all here. So today's just really going to be a cleaning day. And then, well, let me get you set up here. All right, yay. Pretty much a cleaning day and just moving stuff to the gardens. Trying to get the garden area going. Move this fan. Actually gonna put this fan right here. So that way I can get some air too. I still haven't got rid of these guys. I still have them. Whoa, what's happening? So I still haven't got rid of them. I still have them. I need to call. I did call Russell's Feed the other day and I asked them if they needed any baby rabbits. And I was supposed to call back on Tuesday and I didn't do it. So I'll probably call today and see. If they can just trade me for a couple of bags of feed, that would be great. I'll be absolutely fine with that. This cage I'm going to move. It can actually not be under here no more. It can be moved around to the other side. And I'll use this for something else later on. Watch out, Rocky. But I do need to get everybody cleaned out. Oh, man. Oh, there's my brush for that fan. I was looking for that. Need to clean off that later. So this rabbit manure has really helped my gardens. And we don't eat too much rabbit meat, but we do eat rabbit meat. So worst case scenario, if we ever didn't want to eat rabbit meat, we could just keep them for the manure. I'm probably going to make wings today. I call their front legs wings. I wish I had one of those scoopers that you could just put in there and shake and it will take out like all the hay and stuff. I think I'm actually gonna sweep this hay this way. That way I'm just getting nothing but manure really. So I really don't want to put that in my garden beds just yet because it is still hot and that's gonna make it even hotter inside the garden bed. So probably just kind of do what I can. Scoop this out, or rake it out, sorry. A little bit of hay is not going to hurt it. I just don't want, tons of it in there. Now, whenever winter rolls around, I can put it in there. I did call for a chip drop, but they haven't called me back, or he called me back and he said he'll let me know whenever he's got one. All right, who dropped their thingy? And chewed it too, apparently. So, let me show y'all. These mats right here, these are actually, I get these at Dollar Tree. And they're the, dish mats. But a lot of people will pay a lot of money for these. You can literally go to Dollar Tree and get them, and they're the same thing. They're just a little bit smaller, maybe. But my rabbits use them. Clearly, this one used it and pushed it out because she was done with it. I actually need to go get some more of those. right. Looking good. Now, if anybody knows and watches my channels, or if you're new to my channel, my videos are pretty raw videos. I don't do very much editing on them. Usually I don't do the fancy music on them and stuff. But my videos are pretty raw videos. What you see is what's happening. It's not, edited, too much, or stuff like that. Like, I don't even really edit. I just combine my two videos together and let's go. That's a fly trap, and they don't really have enough because they ain't been here that long on that side, so I'm not really going to bother cleaning out from underneath her. But what I do need to do is I need to separate them two. And that's probably going to happen today. And I think also I'm going to do a little bit of moving around. I think I'm going to put this bigger bunny in a bigger area and move that smaller bunny over here to this area. Matter of fact, let's do that now. What are you doing? Come on. Come on, you're fine. Nope. I'm putting you over here for a reason. There you go. She didn't take, so she can be put. She wouldn't let nobody breed her. There you go, buddy. Got you a new area. I've been meaning to do that for a while. Just haven't really gotten around to it. But I think she'll be happier in there. Maybe it'll give her the more confidence to actually, have her babies. That way she has a bigger area. Bigger rabbits probably need a bigger area anyway. Smaller rabbits, they need the smaller area. Now, if anybody knows where I can order these pans from, I need a link or something, guys. Because I need to get some new ones. These are rusted all the way through. What? He's over there throwing a fit. Have to separate out her thing because hers actually did rust all the way through. I wasn't able to use it anymore. At least it catches the poop that she drops. Always save your twine. Hey, Juniper, get your butt out of here. You're not fixing to get in my rabbit food. Go. You're going to end up with bloat. Not happening, amigo. No, sir. Get. All right. So, really? You're not funny. You know that? You're not funny at all. Them tiny bunnies don't really get much. poop all at once. Watch out, twerp. Move, you little twerp. Don't try to headbutt me. It's because you're being mean. First load. Oh, Roggy. Don't want to get you squished. Thought he was following us. Guess he decided not to. So we'll be putting this directly in the garden beds. And then I will put some in my new composter. You know, this stand is something else, I'll tell you that. Come on, what are you even doing? Okay. I had to cut y'all short for a second because I couldn't get my stand to open. Because I don't work with a GoPro. I tried it and it didn't work. I was so excited about getting a GoPro and then it didn't work. It didn't work out how I wanted it to until I get a newer one. So I'm putting this in areas where it's kind of low because this raised bed right here, it's kind of low in some spots. Get my hammer out of there. I should have wore gloves. Ooh, that's a big airplane. This whole load may just end up in this pile. Oh, there's a paper. Get out of there. Man, got rabbit poo in my shoe. Nasty. That was nasty. So I did the math on how much my greenhouse is going to cost me. Let's just say that's going to take me a while. So I'm probably going to have to think of something temporarily to do. So I was thinking about buying one of those big green ones that they sell on Amazon again. And maybe I can just secure it better because up in here I kind of live up on a hill, kind of. So we get pretty good wind. Man, I'm really excited if this is going to actually not fill it, but get it up better from where it was. Then I'll come through and spread it out. All right, let me go find my spreading out tool. I'm already getting out of breath. I can hear it. They actually prescribed me an inhaler that I need to go pick up from the pharmacy, but they haven't called me to tell me that it's ready. Let's see. Kind of spread it out some. Okay, there we go. Looking good. Man, that actually brought that up quite a bit. I'll show y'all here. So that was down low. That was kind of down low, very low, and it brought it up quite a bit. I'm excited about that. And then I need to do, there's another one right here in this corner. I had my spinach right there, but I don't know what happened. I'm assuming it just died and then the roly-polies ate it. But that's okay. Guys, that's kind of what our conquest for today is. Hopefully I can get this done. If not, I'll have to start back in the afternoon. We'll see y'all next time, guys. Bye.